Well, I would say the Republicans are harder. Um, well, the reason is because you think about it. What are they? What would you say their big sins are? You say greed and racism, just like there's racism, murder, and sexual sin on the left. In the politics, of course, there's sexual sin everywhere, but in politics, even though it is on the right too, because they accept the LGBTP agenda. So, but okay, now let's look at it. So, racism and greed. So, we try to look at in the Bible, what does God say about, you know, politics and the poor? What would God say? You know, I read a long time ago about the rich having to leave portions of their fields for the poor to freely pick. Because they were poor, they wouldn't starve when the people of the law was obeying the law and allowing that for the poor to eat from their fields. Now, that pretty much, when you think about it, that's how God is. You know, he's kind of, you know, he cares about the poor. So I am very staunch that nobody, I mean absolutely nobody in America starving. There should be emergency funds. No one can touch it. And a bank account just sitting there trying to keep up with um, uh, inflation, right? So that it stays a dollar, you know. So, yeah, and just waiting for emergency fund just to feed all the people in a case of great catastrophe. And I'm telling you, you have to be disciplined. Nobody touches that fund. No, nothing, except for food and emergency. And so I actually think that everybody should be fed. So that's clear because Jesus himself on the Sabbath, him and his disciples, it's in the story that they were picking food. They were doing just that on the Sabbath. So Jesus relied on the people following the law. So, man, and so anyway, yeah. So how about, you know, helping not only blacks but just poors to have a home and have clothes, the basic necessities. How do you dive into that? And conservatism, you know, where they think that you should pull yourself up from your own bootstraps. Or the problem is when government, you get used to government making all your decisions. You no longer know how to make decisions or have the trust in making your own decision. So you're reliant upon government, and tell you what, government will not stop to baby you. They won't. I mean, in general terms, they won't do that. You know, they're gonna roll over you, or, you know, government is not your parent. They really don't care about you. They don't love you. I don't know. Be different if they loved you. That'd be the kingdom of heaven. That'd be a theocracy. But oh man. So I'm gonna have to really start thinking more about going into it. You know, do the Republicans have a right to be pissed off, to say, look, we're conservatives, we think this way, but how dare you guys have open borders to come in to take our tax money, right? And there's many ways you could take tax money as illegal coming in. So how do we fix that? See, all this money that go to the legals, we could help people in Skid Row get another chance in life. Give them a chance to own a home. Give them a chance to have the American dream, right? But the conservatives are just like, hey, man, they're bankrupt in America. That's all they care about is votes. Now, we're spending all this money for 11 million illegals, and none of these people that are in their workers or their classes, that they say, oh, you're a victim. Come with us, the Democrats, but they never get fixed. It's like a hospital that no one ever leaves. It's Hotel California, baby. We're stuck here? Man, if they could design, first of all, they say there's a wage disparity about blacks and whites. Now we have to look into that. Education. Well, let's look at education while we go into inner cities. Wow. No respect in the inner cities for the teachers. It's about thuggism and being tough. Oh, man. Then, if you get a smart Dr. Ben Carson that's trapped in one of those inner cities, he doesn't have the right for school choice to say, wait a minute, this school is stupid. I need to go somewhere else. It's stupid. I'm wasting my time. But no, the Democrats want him trapped in that school. Ain't that in America? Anyway, I got to think about things, man. The Republicans sometimes have God on their side, and you kind of got to really think. God, he could blow you out, of course, in no time at all in thought, but he makes you work. He knows exactly where you're at, and he'll be like, you got to climb these 30 floors to rise up to your challenge, me. You're like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, let me think about this. All right. Now, God's beautiful, and he just, throughout eternity, he just loves us. He's wonderful. I don't know. But anyway,